Good evening. My name is Dr. Angela D. Sims, and I am pleased to welcome you to ETH 301, Introduction to Christian Ethics, a course that is being offered online. I look forward to journeying with each of you over the course of the next 15 weeks. I am also pleased to have joining me Dr. Melissa Daniels Pierce, who is an alum of St. Paul and who will serve as our embedded practitioner. She will explain her role with us later. I want to bring a few things to your attention. Please read the syllabus very closely. Please look at Moodle with the understanding that your Moodle units will be opened on Sunday evening, since students are not required to engage on Moodle Friday through Sunday. That said, all of your work must be completed by Thursday. For attendance purposes, all activity for the week during the assigned week must be completed in order to be counted as present for the week. A reminder that St. Paul's attendance policy states that any student who misses more than 3 class sessions for any reason will receive an F in the course. It is my hope that you will not experience any extenuating life situations and that you will be able to complete this mutual experience of co-learning successfully. I am not going to walk through the syllabus in detail, but included in the syllabus is your course description, the course objectives, the way in which this particular course is aligned with St. Paul's student learning outcomes for each of our master's degree programs, and the structure of the course, which is really designed as, the course which is really designed as a seminar. What I have done is to pre-select peer learning working groups, and you will be working in these small groups throughout the course of the semester. If you encounter difficulty working in those groups collaboratively, it is important that you bring those concerns to my attention sooner rather than later. I am invested in your learning, and I also need you to be invested in your learning, and I do recognize that there are times when situations will arise in groups where intervention will be necessary. Please do not hesitate to reach out to me if there are concerns about the way in which the peer learning and working groups are functioning. Your graded components are listed along with due dates, as I've also noted the general criteria for evaluation and your grading scale. There are 2 required texts, actually 3. I prefer the new revised standard version of the biblical text. If you are working with the original languages, that is even better. If not, and you don't like the new revised standard version, please let me know which version you will be using, because there will be some required scripture reading almost every week. We will be reading Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics in its entirety, and we will be reading sections of the social principles of the United Methodist Church. I've also noted some suggested readings, as well as listed several online resources that you may find beneficial as you work your way through the materials this semester. Some of those online resources may also be good starting points when your group begins to work on its research project. Not listed as a resource on your syllabus or on Moodle are our research librarians. Mrs. Maggie Mueller at our Kansas campus and Mr. Lee Webb at our Oklahoma City campus. I have noted the schedule of readings and assignments on your syllabus, and I will be putting your detailed work, particularly as it relates to your Moodle forums, on Moodle itself. Rather than clutter up your syllabus, those specific details of what's required on a weekly basis will be posted to Moodle. But your reading assignments and a general overview of your other assignments are noted on Moodle, as are the due dates for key assignments. Your peer learning working groups are listed on Moodle. And here's just a brief summary of your requirements and assignments. You will each be asked within your group. Each group will identify a moral issue. So you will be starting very early on in this process, working collaboratively, because I will need you to identify your moral issue, just a broad identification at this point, the week of September 17th. I am going to ask you to identify or to suggest a faculty respondent who will engage with you on Moodle during the at a particular point in time. And I'm going to ask that you would, based on your moral issue broadly understood, to identify whom you might think, which faculty member you might want to respond to your group. That suggestion is due to me September 24th through 27th. I cannot guarantee you that you will actually be able to engage with that faculty respondent, but I will do everything to ensure that becomes a reality. Your position paper topic and thesis statement is due October 1st through 4th. The penultimate draft of your paper, which will go to me and your guest faculty respondent, is due November 5th through the 8th. Your forum with the faculty respondent will be November 26th through the 29th. I'm going to also ask you to take notes as we walk through the semester about ways in which we can strengthen, or I can strengthen, the Moodle Forum protocol for future students in an online environment. And I'd like to have that protocol feedback from you December 3rd through 6th. Your final position paper, taking into account comments from the guest faculty respondent, will be due December 10th through the 13th. Your position paper is 40% of your grade. Your Moodle forums are 40% of your grade. And your forum with the faculty respondent is 20% of your grade. Guidelines for each of these assignments are included in your syllabus. I also want to note that I have assigned you at least one research day. You will have a research week, the week of August 8th through 12th, which is the week immediately preceding Fall Reading Week. What I will need to know is whether or not any of you are enrolled in any hybrid classes, because if you are enrolled in hybrid classes, that might impact the syllabus, and it would then mean that instead of having a research week the week of August 8th through 12th, and I've also assigned a research week the week of December 10th through 13th so that you can complete your work. It might then mean that we would also need to meet the very last week of the semester, which would be December 17th through the 20th. So again, if any of you are enrolled in hybrid courses, I need to know that no later than Thursday of this week, so that I can make modifications to the syllabus. That ends my introduction. I'll do another short video with some basic comments about Intro to Ethics, but I want you to spend this week familiarizing yourself with the syllabus, with your peer groups, and I have an exercise that you will watch. It'll be a TED Talk, and it's one of the talks that I use for almost each of my classes, and it's called The Danger of a Single Story. There will be a Moodle forum on that after you've watched the TED Talk, and then I'll have a little discovery exercise that you all will engage in within your groups. And I have set your Moodle forums up so that you should only see interaction between yourself and the members of your group. If that is not the case, please let me know. Again, welcome to ETH 301, our online classroom platform. I look forward to getting to know you. Some of you I've met, others I have not, but these next 15 weeks will provide an opportunity for each of us to get to know each other. Let's make it a great semester.